You worked 60 hours this week. The phones are ringing, your crews are busy. You've got jobs on the schedule for weeks. So why does your bank account still make you nervous? Today we're talking about why working harder isn't translating into more money and what you can do to actually change that. Most business owners I talk to are busy. They're booked out, they've got a great reputation, they're doing everything right. But when they actually sit down and look at their numbers, something doesn't quite add up. The profit doesn't match the effort, and it's usually not a sales problem. It's a visibility problem. I'm Shannon Howard. I work with HVAC owners, electricians, plumbers, and contractors to uncover hidden profit, fix those leaks, and help you keep more of what you earn. This is Profit Isn't an Accident. Hey everybody, welcome back to Profit Isn't an Accident, the podcast where we help contractors and service-based business owners keep more of what they earn. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked at your bank account on a Friday afternoon and thought, where the heck did all my money go? Because if you have, you're not alone. In fact, it's probably one of the most common frustrations that I hear from business owners. They're exhausted, they're busy, revenue is coming in, customers are happy, the schedule is full, and yet the bank account doesn't reflect any of it. So here's the problem. Most owners assume that if they're busy, they should be making money. But busy and profitable are two completely different things. I've worked with business owners doing $500,000 a year that were healthier financially than businesses doing $5 million. Revenue doesn't guarantee wealth. It just guarantees activity. Your bank account doesn't care how many jobs you completed. It doesn't care how many estimates you sent. It doesn't care how many hours you worked. It only reflects one thing: what's actually left after everyone else gets paid. And if there's never enough left, the problem usually isn't your workload. It's what's happening behind the scenes. So today I want to show you why. One of the biggest mistakes that owners make is assuming that this money is disappearing all at once. And it doesn't. It leaks out little by little. A few $100 here, an underpriced estimate there, a crew that consistently goes over budget. Maybe there's too much overtime or equipment sitting idle. Software subscriptions that you forgot that you even have. Then there's fuel and insurance and warranty work. Small discounts that you're giving to your good customers. The material you had to reorder because something was measured wrong. None of those things seem catastrophic by themselves, but if you stack enough of these together, suddenly your bank account is empty. So here's an example. Let's say you underprice jobs by just $400. Now that doesn't sound terrible, but multiply that by 50 jobs a year. That's $20,000 just gone. Or maybe every crew runs 1 extra hour a day. Now that doesn't sound like much either until you calculate your labor burden, your payroll taxes, your work comp, and your overhead. Now you're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Now here's what I want you to hear. Your bank account isn't random. It is trying to tell you a story. But the question is, are you listening? I think social media has actually done business owners a huge disservice because everyone loves posting their revenue numbers. We hit our first million. We did 2 million this year. We doubled sales. That's great. But here's the question that nobody asks. How much of that did you actually keep? Because I've coached owners doing 7 figures who couldn't pay themselves consistently. And I've coached owners making less revenue who took home significantly more money. Why? Because profit matters. Cash flow matters. Margins matter, not revenue. Revenue pays the bills, but profit builds wealth. And one of my favorite sayings is revenue feeds your ego, profit feeds your family. So if your revenue doubled, but your stress doubled too, did you really win? if you hired more people, if you bought more trucks, if you worked more weekends, but you still can't take a vacation with your family without worrying, that's not success. That's just a bigger, more expensive treadmill. Your goal shouldn't be to build the biggest business. It should be to build the healthiest one. So here's what I'd like you to do this week. Instead of checking your bank account and feeling frustrated, get curious. Ask yourself, where did this money actually go? Not emotionally, but factually. Pull up your profit and loss. Look at your biggest expense categories. Review your last 5 jobs. Were they actually profitable? Did they finish on budget? Did they take longer than expected? Did you collect every change order? Did you charge enough? Your bank account isn't the problem, it's the symptom. Something upstream is creating that result that you're seeing today. When you find that, everything starts to change. Your stress level comes down, your confidence goes up, and for the first time, your bank account starts reflecting all the hard work that you've been putting in. So if today's episode made you think just a little differently about your business, I'd love for you to share it with another business owner. Because I promise you, there are a lot of owners out there that are working incredibly hard who still aren't keeping enough of what they earned. So thanks for joining me on another episode of Profit Isn't an Accident. Until then, remember, revenue feeds your ego and profit feeds your family. If this hit, there